Okay, this video blog is a reaction to our field trip on Monday to Strive Prep. Um, I hadn't looked up the website or anything before going there, so I didn't really know anything about it, and I was really shocked and surprised, sort of how the school was run and what the goals were. Um, I don't know, I think it is, so their whole thing is Strive for College. And you could see that all the rooms were labeled colleges. They also had these posters in the lobby said college class of like 2023. So it was like instead of like middle school class of blah blah blah, it was like college class. Um, And I don't know, I think it's really valuable for these students to be exposed to the idea that they can go to college and that like that's something that they should strive for or try and achieve, because that is really valuable and will help them later in their life. Um, but I also think that it was kind of crazy how much this was emphasized when their high school doesn't have any other different kind of support than a regular high school in terms of college aid. They don't have they don't even have funding in place to be able to serve these students hot lunches. So how are they able to help these students from lower socioeconomic status pay for college um, or even pay for their college visits? They had posters up for one classroom I went in was Bowdoin. Bowdoin's in the middle of nowhere in Maine. Like flying to that area is very expensive. So it just, there seemed to be kind of a disconnect between they have this mission and everything, but it's almost like, okay, hold on. Like maybe don't be going full force in the whole like you're gonna go to Bowdoin or these like really high schools that are far away transportation wise. Like there's just, that's a lot of costs that go into that because it's not only just paying to visit the school, it's paying to fly home for every break. um, I don't know. I think it's really valuable that they be exposed to that idea, but I think that there's some more fundamental things that they, as a charter network, need to address first. There seems to be a lot going on, a lot of things they want to be doing and achieving, which I think is great. But I think that maybe they should be taking baby steps before like they expand to X amount of buildings and buy their own property to build their own school building. There just seems like there's a lot of going on, a lot going on, a lot of things that need a lot of money, and not a lot of money. So I think it would be really interesting to see where they are in 10 years, to see if they've sort of achieved that really college readiness. And again, this just completely reflects the era that we're in, where everything's about college readiness. I thought it was interesting when someone asked a question, what kind of support is in place for those students who don't want to go to college, and her answer was that they still really push for them to go to college because now she had some high statistic of 84% of jobs in Denver require a bachelor's degree. So they definitely are on the far end of college readiness. And they are definitely believing in that is the movement right now, instead of maybe looking at some alternatives, which I thought was interesting. I think it was, even though we were only there for 2 hours and we didn't really get to talk with them that much, I still think it was really valuable. I really liked it. It was, again, good exposure to something I'd never really been aware of. And it really gets me thinking about sort of the different types of schooling networks or movements that are happening in Denver, because there seems like there's a lot. So it'd be really cool to sort of delve into that whole network of what's happening.